So, without much further ado, I'd like to introduce Dr. Esteban and ask him to address you formally. Maraming pong salamat. Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi po.
First of all, let me acknowledge and thank Consul General Colombi and his wife Gloria for the warm welcome, and also the staff for helping put this all together. I'd also like to acknowledge one of the board members of the call who's with us tonight, Sebastian Walaping and his wife Luz. Everyone's asked me how we like Chicago. My impression of Chicago, I say it's a clean version of New York. Let me talk a little bit about DePaul, just in case you're not familiar. DePaul is a Vincentian university. Okay, and there are 3 Vincentian universities in the U.S. St. John's in New York, and Niagara University, which is also in New York. And 2 of the 3 universities are run by Filipinos. President of St. John's is Bobby Gampisov, who's Bobby and his wife, Lavelle, are good friends of me and my wife. We've known them since we used to meet them every so often, being in New Jersey and he being in New York. And then you have Niagara, which is the smaller. There are only 3 field-hand presidents of any college or university in the U.S. It's me, Bobby, and Lori Adrian, who's out in California. She's president of a community college. There used to be 4, now that they turned to the Philippines. Chito Calino is also a good friend, and I know all of them obviously. But it's a very small community, and less than 1% of university presidents are Asian American, which is interesting since Asian Americans account for about 6-7% of the student population. Yet at the very top, it's underrepresented. So DePaul, like St. John's and Niagara, we have a very distinct mission. DePaul was founded in 1898 because Catholics and Jews did not have higher education opportunities. They could not go to college. Okay. Northwestern Chicago, they tended to have quotas and Catholics, and that was true in a lot of cities in the U.S. That's why you saw a lot of Catholic universities. So the goal was to educate the poor, marginalized immigrant communities. That's the goal. And if there's one thing I learned when I interviewed for the position, is how dedicated people were to that mission of DePaul, even to this day. If you look at the number or percentage of students at DePaul who are Pell eligible, are you familiar with Pell? That's the federal financial aid for low-income students. Okay. It's well over 1/3 of the students at DePaul are Pell eligible. About 1/3 of DePaul students are first-generation college. Okay. About 40% are students of color. So that's DePaul. And that's what attracted my wife and I to DePaul, the mission. Okay. It's about serving populations who most need help. And that's been true. And that was the one thing which amazes. DePaul is the largest Catholic institution in the U.S. with 23,100 students. So St. John's has just about 20,000, if I remember. We have a very large international student population with 2,545 international students last year. So it's a very diverse community. And DePaul believes in outreach. And we have long-standing relationships in a number of places. Adamson University in the Philippines is a Vincentian university. And they have the same mission as DePaul. And our agreement, for example, with Adamson goes back to 2005. We have a memorandum of understanding with them. And that memorandum allows their faculty to take select online classes at DePaul, because we believe in helping each other as sister institutions. More recently, and I know Sebastian had a large role in this, we signed an agreement to offer an MBA program. The agreement is with iAcademy based in Makati. So I think we're going to be the first U.S. university to offer an MBA program in the Philippines. So at some point, for some reason, my wife and I will probably have to go to Manila. Not hinting, Sebastian. So I strongly believe in partnerships. I just started at DePaul, at Seton Hall, as Chief Academic Officer and as President. We set up relationships with University of the Philippines, College of Nursing, and the School of Medicine, LaSalle School of Medicine out in Cavite. Seton Hall has a relationship with Silliman University, among other institutions, University of Santo Tomas, and they're working with those institutions. And my expectation is that we at DePaul are going to be doing the same, have more outreach. Philippines, obviously, because we have a sister institution there, so there's some interesting opportunities, but also elsewhere around the world. Every place where they could benefit from a Vincentian education. I was asked briefly to talk about some of the challenges and opportunities in higher ed, both in the Philippines and the U.S. And it's kind of interesting. In one way, it's almost reverse. The U.S., the population is aging. Okay? Think of it. Population is aging. In Illinois, by 2034, which is what, 17 years from now, the number of 18-year-olds is going to decline by 19.1%. Number of 18-year-olds, close to 20% decline. That's a market of higher ed. Okay, so what are we supposed to do? You lose 20% of your potential students. And the groups going through that who are becoming 18, they're groups which traditionally have not gone to college. So you have to make an extra effort to make sure that they are college prepared. You take, and my favorite quote is that it takes 18 years to make an 18-year-old. There's no shortcuts, right? So you see this coming, and the question is, how do we do it? The U.S. is rapidly aging. A lot of the industrial world is rapidly aging, and that's becoming a big issue. We've seen what's happened in Korea. They built a lot of higher ed institutions. Now a lot of them are shutting down or shrinking. Japan, China's going to go the same way. The Philippines, on the contrast, is a young country. So there are opportunities, I think, in countries like the Philippines for higher education to provide a supply of a workforce to the industrial world, or even just stay in the Philippines and help countries, developing countries, continue to industrialize. Economies are growing at different paces. I was just reading the Philippines is on track to achieve, again, I think they're going to be the highest growing or second fastest growing economy in Asia. Okay. What's the U.S. growth rate? 1-2%. And so you know that there are going to be lots of opportunities in a country like the Philippines for educated workforce versus the U.S. from an economic standpoint. The one thing the U.S. still has is they have a large intellectual capacity because you have long-time established institutions. And that's, I think, we can have a lot of connections between the Philippines and the U.S. Try and work on exporting and working both ways on that intellectual standpoint. But those are just some of the things which I think we can look forward to as two countries in the educational system. With that, I'd like to close and open the floor for questions. And again, thank you for joining us. I'd like to take questions. I enjoyed teaching when I met in the teams. We don't have to do that anymore.
My name is Joseph Lariosa. I'm with Gerald Release. The first time when I interviewed you, 2011, when you were appointed as president of the ASHU, Seton Hall University. My question is, how do successful Filipinos who work abroad can pay back to the Philippine people?
Thank you, Joseph. Ginawa namin what we did at Seton Hall was an example of how we tried to pay back. In my case, since my field is education, what I tried to do was, even before I became president, as the chief academic officer, I tried to set up academic linkages with different universities in the Philippines. So while at Seton Hall, for example, we set up agreements with UP, UST, De La Salle, Silliman University, among other universities. So that was one way we tried to give, since that's my field, and that's how I tried to give back, and making sure that there's access both ways. At DePaul, I hope to be able to replicate some of that. What's exciting to me about DePaul is we already have a sister institution in Adamson University, but we also want to see how we can work with other universities as well, and expand our relationship with others as well.
How many years are you going to be the president of DePaul? Is there a contract, or it depends on?
Typically for university presidents, it's usually 3 or 5 years. I have a agreement with DePaul, which is a 5-year. It's a 5-year agreement. Wasn't paying too much attention. I was at Seton Hall, for example, for 7 years, and I had 2 extensions of my contract.
Yeah, when I interviewed you at Seton Hall, you said, I asked you, where are you going to be 5 years from now? And you said, you never know.
Yeah, I never know. You go where you think you're less needed. Other things, where you think the biggest difference is.
And after 5 years, for instance, you are offered presidency in a university in the Philippines. What will you say?
No comment. I think there are very capable Filipino educators in the Philippines. And obviously the problem with sometimes the biggest challenge for someone from here and I know people is knowledge of the educational system. Obviously my knowledge of the educational system in the Philippines was taken from when I was there. I taught with GP from 83 to 85, so that's a long memory ago. So I'm not sure how it's changed, who's involved, and so on. And the Philippines is very capable academic.
And you almost go back to the Philippines before becoming a U.S. citizen. Do you have any regrets?
Becoming a U.S. citizen?
Yeah, because you told me that you were about to return to the Philippines in 1997, and then suddenly there came an offer. Did you ever regret what happened to you?
Well, I believe in living life going forward, and you try and understand the decisions you make in hindsight. My wife and I also believe a long time ago we realized that the way to be happy is to just pray for what's best and just take the path that the Lord leads you to and not worry about it. So in terms of regrets, there are some things which I regret in life, which I wish I had done differently. But that's all part of growing up, growing older, and hopefully wiser. So that's a big thing. So I'm totally at peace with where I am in my life. Because we've been blessed. Let's face it, me and my wife have been very blessed growing up where we never imagined we'd be here in the U.S. We never imagined we'd be as successful as we have. So it's just been a great blessing. So we're just here for the ride, right?
Did you get any? Did you accomplish any of your expectations when you became, or after you became president of CSU? Yeah, when you were in the City Hall, did you complete your expectations?
I think we were able to accomplish more than I thought, actually. Because now Seton Hall is going to open a new campus for health medical sciences, opening up a new med school. This is all next year, 2018. There's a new college of communication, enrollment is up. So there are a lot of things which we were able to establish because I have a lot of really good people who work with me.
What are your expectations in the DePaul University?
After my plan is we're going to do strategic planning at DePaul, so I'll spend a lot of time listening, talking to people. So it's, people say, what's your vision for DePaul? Vision for, and I say, it has to be something that you share, right? It can't be what Gabe wants, it has to be what we want as a group.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of Marlon Texan, this is Joseph Dariosa of the Journal.
Thank you.